What's up, everybody? This your boy Trayvon here with Scent Talk TV, and today I'm going to do a full review on the fragrance from the house of Malul. Now, this guy is starting to become one of my favorites because the fragrances that he's releasing as of late are really good, but this one in particular is very nice. Very nice. I think it's kind of familiar to something that I've smelt already, but at the same time I cannot put my finger on what that fragrance is. However, without further ado, let's just jump into it. So that fragrance from the house of Malul, this is Visionair Indigo. Yes, this is a fingerprint magnet and it's very glossy. The bottle is, so please forgive me on that if that's an issue. But nonetheless, the bottle is nice. I don't know if you can see this on the sticker, but this is a EDP concentration 100 milliliter size bottle on the sticker at the bottom of the bottle. You got the letter M on top of the cap. Nothing on the sides, nothing on the back. The atomizer on here is beautiful. For those of you who are wondering, here is the box. Here's what it looks like. Nothing too much going on at the top. Nothing on the sides, naked on the sides. At the bottom of the box, you just got the barcode right here. On the back, you got the name of the fragrance as well as the name of the house and a brief summary of the notes that's in this fragrance, as well as the size and concentration. This fragrance, in my opinion, is beautiful. Really nice. If you are a fan of like fruity, bluish, violet type of a scent that's fruity with a little bit of like a white floral touch and a little bit of masculinity in terms of musk and cedarwood, and that sandalwood in the base gives it like a creamy woodiness, this is the one for you if that's your taste. But let's just jump into the notes. I know there's a note breakdown on the back of the box, but on Malul's website he has a note breakdown on this fragrance, so I'm just gonna read it from there. So the top notes is pomelo, lemon, ocean waters, pineapple, and pear. So that explains the dope fruitiness in the opening of this fragrance. When you have a strong tart like apple, then the pear gives it like somewhat of a juicy, you know, herbaceous oriented type of a fruitiness. Not too noticeable, but it is there. Ocean waters, you know, it's like it's fresh, smooth, marine type of a fresh spice coming from that ocean waters. The lemon gives it more of a like a fresh citrusy oriented type of a spice of a fruity scent. And the pomelo, I'm not sure what that is. Forgive me, I don't know what that is, but let me just look it up. Okay, I got it. I just looked it up. Pomelo is like a sweet grapefruit, and that is very legit inside of this fragrance, and I do get that accord of that sweet, juicy, grapefruity type of a accord coming from that pomelo, if I pronounced that right. So once you transition to the mid though, when you hit the mid, you get some tea leaf and some orange blossom. It does brighten up a little bit in terms of that white floralness coming from the orange blossom. It does brighten it up, but the fruitiness that's inside of here gives it a little bit more depth. It's a little bit more deep, rich, like a violet bluish type of a scent. But it does brighten it up just a little bit in terms of that orange blossom. But that tea leaf gives it a little bit of a green herbaceousness to it. Not too much, but it is there subtly. But lastly, when you get into the base notes, you get some amber, cedar, musk, and sandalwood. So the cedarwood gives it like, you know, a spicy, woodsy type of a scent. It is woody once you hit the base, you know. It still maintains that fruitiness from the top, mid, all the way into the dry down and the longevity of this fragrance. But you do get some woods that's spicy and creamy and smooth, vanilla, milky light from that sandalwood. And that musk gives it a little bit of an aromatic touch that's dry and fresh and masculine. So overall, this fragrance is like fruity, deep, bluish type of a fresh marine scent that's kind of bright in terms with that orange blossom, and that cedarwood and that sandalwood gives it like a, you know, more masculinity, makes it a little bit more spicy and smooth, creamy, as well as that musk making it even a little bit more masculine in terms of that aromatic touch coming from it. this is a beautiful scent. It has a factor to garner you compliments, even though I haven't received any compliments from this quite yet. But the way that it smells, I'm pretty sure ladies will love it. I'm pretty sure you fellas will like this too and enjoy wearing this, because this is worth a pickup. Now, the price that I picked this up at, I got it in like a 50-50 deal at my local fragrance shop. It was like 2 for $100, like 2 Michael Malul's fragrances for $100. So I got this one, and I got another fragrance for a female friend that was from the same house. So I got this one and a fragrance for a lady friend, which came up to $100, which is a steal in terms of the smell and performance of this fragrance. It is a mega steal for what I got this for. So let's just jump into the performance. The performance was not bad at all. It was actually pretty good. You know, I didn't have a rough time or a bad time with this fragrance in terms of the performance, because the projection was good within like hour, maybe a little bit like an hour and 10 minutes of decent solid projection, giving me the total longevity of 6 to 7 hours. I oversprayed with this. I went crazy. I always go crazy with sprays when in terms of, you know, applying my fragrances on myself. So I did it like at least like 8 to 10 times with this one, which is kind of overkill just a little bit, but I really didn't have a hard time in performance at all. This lasts a pretty nice amount of time and projected a nice amount of time. It really didn't become like an intimate skin scent to where it started to become faint after that, like I would say that 5-hour mark, which is pretty good for a Michael Malul fragrance. When I say it like that, I'm not saying that his fragrances are trash. I'm just saying that, you know, a lot of people is starting to really gravitate towards Michael Malul and trying to hype him up for the great fragrances that he has in his entourage so far. And I really think that he is going to be what Calvin Klein used to be back in the 90s. Cause his fragrances hit. All of his fragrances hit. I don't even know if there's any bad fragrances in his line, in any of his lines. All of them are pretty good. So the seasons to rock this fragrance, I will say it does have a strong versatility when it comes to wearing this in, like, you know, different seasons, like all 4 seasons: fall, wintertime, spring, summer. You know, I don't think it's too cloying for the summertime, because the high heat, I did test it out in the heat. It wasn't hot heat, but it was a little bit on a warmer side, where it was like, you know, like 90, like 85, 90 degrees, you know. It wasn't like no heat advisory type of high heat, but this one actually did pretty well in terms of the high heat. I think it does have a nice amount of strength to push through the cold, like in the winter time and the fall time when it starts getting a little bit chilly. I think this would be a great fragrance to wear in the fall and winter time. Spring also, because it's moderate, you know, it's not too hot, not too cold. So overall, I just think that you can wear this in any type of season. It does have a high versatility in terms of seasons when it comes to this one. Now, in terms of the age group, you know, I feel like any age group can pull any fragrance off. If you like it, wear it. It does not matter. But if you want my specific opinion on the age bracket that can wear this, I would say all ages can wear this specifically, because it does have a nice amount of like, you know, like fruity playfulness for the younger guys. Middle age on up, it does have that little bit more of a mature vibe that's not like, you know, aggressive, that's not, you know, that'll turn people off, that will turn you off or anything like that. It does have a high versatility in terms of, you know, age brackets. So I would say specifically all ages can wear this one, because it's not too complex. So all ages can wear this. Should you buy Michael? Well, let me just do something real quick. There you go. Let's get rid of those fingerprints, because they was getting on my nerves. So anyway, should you buy Visionair Indigo by Michael Malul? I honestly highly recommend this fragrance because of that captivity that it has. That bluish violet type of a fruitiness that you get with this fragrance is just mesmerizing. I really do dig this fragrance. So if you can find this for the same price that I got it for, or cheaper, or a deal that is, you know, that's based off your budget that you can deal with, I would say pick this up. And yeah, this fragrance is gonna be in one of my top 10. I love this fragrance, I really do. It's nice. Kind of familiar, but nice. So that's all that I have for Scent Talk TV, ladies and gentlemen. And as always, you know what to do. You gotta like, comment, share, and subscribe, and make sure you hit that notification bell so you don't miss anything. And I will see you guys in the next video. Be safe out there and be blessed and have a good one. I'm out of here. Peace.